Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Excuse me, Al. Jeez. Welcome to DBL. Today, we're going to do things a little differently.
You mean like host the show with a sock on your hand?
Yes.
I have a leaky eye. Leave me alone. We're going back in time to talk about the stories and guests that remind us of the past, like these tips for women from 1958 about how to attract and land a man. We all had a good laugh. Take a look. Tip number 23. Go to all reunions of your high school or college class. There may be widowers there.
Wow. Not wishing for the wife's death.
Wow.
All right, tip number 40. Stand in a corner and cry softly. Chances are good that he'll come over to find out what's wrong.
Oh. Sounds like Tori.
Yeah. Tori's like, that's supposed to work.
She's in the back. She heard this.
Tip number 90. Never let him know he's the only one, even if you have to stay home 1 or 2 nights a week. That's actually a little bit of a chase is good in the beginning, I think.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Tip number 128. Let it be known in your office that you have a button box and will sew on bachelor's loose buttons.
That's very. Where are you working where buttons are coming off that regularly? Where you're just like, oh, I have a whole button. Let's step into my tailor shop. Yeah, that's very strange.
Okay, we have some. We have some more.
Which was the weirdest one?
Wait, there's more. Number 2, have your car break down at strategic places. Number 5, look in the census reports for places with the most single men. Nevada has 125 males for every 100 females. Number 17, be friendly to ugly men. Handsome is as handsome does. What does that mean?
Okay.
Wow.
It's a very beauty is in the eye of the beholder thing.
I'm
Denver
sorry.
used to be called Menver because it was like 11-to-1 men to women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Number 25, go back to your hometown for a visit because the wild kid next door may become a very eligible bachelor while you were away. Huh.
Oh.
I always liked the wild kid.
The wild kid that's still living with his mom next door?
Not that kid.
Okay.
No, not that
The
one.
widower, I'm not past that one. That was shady.
Which one?
Go
The widower.
look for people whose spouses died.
Yeah.
Like that was
Funerals are major pickup spots, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all ain't got no shame.
Oh.
None. Wow. I'm currently checking my stats on the 11-to-1 Menver.
Oh.
But back in the day, I did this mile of men where it was like a singles line of men that were lined up and women drove.
Where are you going with this?
Well, no, women drove by before on their way to work, and then they put down the number, and at the end of the day, we had a happy hour, and all the singles.
That sounds really illegal.
It was. That's what happened.
Mile of men. All right.
Okay.
We're going to switch some gears here.
Change it.
Toys we grew up with, like Light Bright and Nerf balls, were all nominated to be in the Toy Hall of Fame. So was the piñata. Watch as Sam schooled Al on how to properly piñata. Have a look.
You have to keep it orderly. Okay, so you keep the kids back. I would say a good 8 feet.
Yeah, sounds fun,
and you
Sam.
give them, okay, well,
What is
you
it?
give them 3 strikes. 1, 2, 3. The kids expect the 1.
Are you explaining how piñata?
I know.
Okay,
And first of all, I don't trust anything from Sam. With remember your terrible doll you had? Your terrible, scary dolls?
Wait. I have a big reveal. Don't show the clip yet. Last year's winners, Risk, Sand for like a sandbox, and my girl Samantha, American Girl doll. And here, roll it, because remember you made fun of her. Well, she's in the Hall of Fame. Go ahead. This is the Samantha Harrington doll.
I think it came retired.
She's a Victorian orphan from 1904. I have her birth certificate.
You didn't even put her hat on.
I know she has a hat. Where is her hat? I have the whole outfit. This isn't the outfit. These are her pajamas.
Oh my goodness, that's disturbing. You know that doll talks when you go to sleep.
I love her. I'm very close to allowing Sophie to start to play with her. I wanted to wait till she was responsible enough.
I thought you were going to say very close to throwing it in the trash.
Yes.
No, she's worth like $2,500.
Sam keeps changing the amount to, like, say, you told me like 15,000 one point, and then we looked it up and it was like 31, and then now it's up to 15 again. It's not that doll. The value's in your heart, Sam, but not monetarily.
No, she's an original.
No.
In fact, In fact, Karen, our producer, looked it up. She's around 2 Gs. But Sophie, I did allow her literally this last week to start playing with Samantha doll. So she's going to depreciate, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're bringing it up on the air, so it doesn't sound like it is. But, you know, honestly, Sam, I disagree with you on the piñata thing. I've seen, because you're like, oh, keep the kids back.
Yeah.
When a gigantic horse full of candy bursts open, the kids aren't going to be like, let me stand back. They run, but then the other kid with the stick stands back.
And that's how
Dangerous.
accidents happen. We've all had past lives.
Good transition.
Yeah,
that some of
very
us
professional.
wish would stay in the past, but that wasn't the case when we recently aired our most cringe-worthy videos. Take a look.
Let's get it started. We're starting with Miss Cobb. Erica, we're taking a look at this ad you
I
did
think I
for
know
a
this. I
local
love
car
this.
dealer. Hit it, Booth.
Hey, what's up, Chicago? It's Erica, your morning drive diva, coming to you from South Chicago Nissan. And for this baby, I had to get inside. We are talking red leather seats. Brrr, I feel like a vixen.
Erica should be in the parking lot of the club, trunk popped, playing like whatever, just like Erica.
That was my next line, talking about pulling up in front of the club.
Next up, Jeff, we have this delightfully cringe moment caught on camera with no explanation that can justify it. Take a look.
Plastic perfect space, love without a trace. You make me feel alright.
Do you feel all right looking at that?
Listen, we played that so much, I'm kind of getting numb to it.
But
it still
I
gets me.
I never heard the lyrics. That was that was something else, man.
Did y'all know our very own Al Jackson went on a blind date and let a television crew record it?
It was called Blind Date.
It was called Blind Date. And let's keep an open mind here and take a look at the clip before judging him. Then afterwards, let's judge him.
Oh no.
If you're not a cool person, why am I going to talk to you? If you're not,
Exactly. That's another thing. Like, you can just get up in that lifestyle and you think that maybe you're living a lifestyle that you're really not. So I always try and remember I'm a student right now.
yeah.
So I'm not the brokest guy in the world, but definitely.
Let's not kid ourselves. These two will never see each other again.
Have you talked to her?
No, Jeff. I have not.
I don't know whose is
I
worse.
don't think that
Whose
you
is
can
worse?
say anything until we see your most cringe-worthy
Tell her,
video.
Vixen.
A sweet ride deserves TLC all the time, but you want to be driving, not waxing, washing, and shining. Hi, I'm Sam Shocker.
That had a lot of strength to get that hood
Yeah,
down.
you could tell she was excited when she pushed it down. She was like, nailed it.
Well, she saved her energy because she didn't use her arms when she closed the door.
At least I didn't make out with someone in a bed and a hot tub.
Listen, that was some fine acting.
Exactly.
Okay?
At least he's in a video.
Mine's getting, like I said, I'm getting a little numb to it. Yours might be the worst.
No, yours is for sure the worst.
I don't know.
Okay. Coming up on DBL. You know her as Harriet Winslow from Family Matters. Marie Payton tells us what it would take for her to star in a reboot. And she's known for hits like Only in My Dreams and Shake Your Love. We're going back to the 80s with singer Debbie Gibson.
Erica, how did you land that car
How you gonna
commercial?
yank that?
Was that like attached to the radio station?
They came to me when I was doing mornings in Chicago and asked me if I would do this endorsement. It was a long-standing, I did it for like 3 years, so I would go every couple months when they got new inventory, and I would shoot the new inventory. So there were a lot of those, and they would air at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I would be getting calls from people who are like, "Just got home from the club and I'm watching you on TV."
Red leather seat.
Yes. Vixen. Jeff, you said that video never aired, or that did it?
I mean, it wasn't like on MTV.
Yeah. Who was the singer?
No one knows.
Ellie Venn, Ellie something, like 11. That's how I remember it.
Oh, Ellie Venn. Ooh. I was just like, I'm trying to put it together in my head. Like,
No one knows
Nobody
who it
knows
is.
who it is, yeah. Dude, it was like my first job in LA.
She was pretty.
Was it like
food or $100. What was it?
Oh yeah, it wasn't like crazy. Oh yeah, it wasn't like crazy. It wasn't like crazy, anything crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get paid for yours?
A lot.
Yeah, sure.
No, I didn't.
You got to go. You got to go.
Sam came up in hers.
No, I was a spokesperson for Valvoline. I made more money then than I do now. I made a lot of money being the Valvoline girl.
It looked like you were at the fair.
What?
It looked like you were at the fair.
I was at one of the biggest car
And they gave you
shows.
free
I was at
tickets
the
to Bob
Peterson
Rapids.
Auto Show. That one in Arizona where people spend like millions of dollars.
Oh, were you on high demand? Hey, get that girl who
I
closes
had
the door with her
I had a
rear.
line around the building of people wanting my autograph, not
Yeah,
because
they wanted your autograph.
not because they knew who I was, just because I was the Valvoline girl. But they didn't know who I was.
That's a cool gig.
Dude, it was a cool gig.
How long did you do that?
I did it for 4 years, and I got paid every quarter.
Welcome back. Can you believe Debbie Gibson has been in the music industry for over 30 years? We spoke with her earlier about her secret to looking young and singing with one of the new kids on the block. Check it out.
Okay, so you recently posted a video with the caption, "Dance like no one is watching." Is dancing one of your secrets to looking so young? Because you look the same.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Listen, I jokingly say I'm either taking on the world or I'm taking a nap.
Nice.
So I dance hard, I nap hard, and I dance when I feel like life is getting too serious or I'm taking myself too seriously. Like I take my work seriously because that's what I put forth out in the world, and people pay money to buy my music. It's my shows. I want it to be great. But there's a difference between taking that seriously and yourself seriously. So I kind of dance to shake that off. And yeah, I do like bad interpretive dancing for my dogs, and they kind of roll their eyes at me like, "Mom." Where I have to film them sometime when I'm dancing for them because they are truly my boys. They're just like, "Really, Mom? Again?"
You sing with your dad. I can't imagine, as a girl dad myself, I can't imagine how great that was. So can you tell us about that?
I'm gonna cry right now. I just spoke to my dad before I'm talking to you guys here. And we've been singing together since I could start to form sentences as like a baby. And my dad has this unbelievable, natural, untrained voice that I feel the world needs to hear. And I'm, you know, he's pushing 80, and I'm so proud of him that he was bold enough to actually go into the studio and record. And I'm so honored that I have this cherished memory forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so special. I lost my mom earlier this year.
Aww.
And my mom was always also encouraging my dad to sing because, you know, she was a manager. So she was like, "Joe, how are we going to capitalize on this voice?" And he was like, "You know what? Deb can have the showbiz craziness. I just want to like work for TWA and keep a steady paycheck coming home for my family," which is what he did, which is so noble. And my dad just sang for fun. I dragged him into community theater with me and got him in the studio for real this year, and it's so magical. Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love that. We have a mutual friend, Bob, that I'm supposed to rub my ear. I think we didn't come up with anything funny. We didn't come up with anything funny though. He sent me a picture of you with like some other people. I'm like, I can't use that on the show.
To rub your ear?
No, I just did that for him. She knows what I'm talking about. Anyways.
He's a great guy, mutual friend. Yeah,
he'll love this.
amazing.
My producers, not so much. All right, so you also sing with Jodie McIntyre on the album, and you two have known each other since you were teenagers. What'd you think when you first met him, and was he in New Kids on the Block at the time?
Yeah, so we met backstage at the New Kids concert at Westbury Music Fair, and we joked that Joe looked like he was 12, even though he was like 15 and I was 17. But you know, at that age, like sophomore and senior, like he thought I was this cool senior girl. And I was like, "Oh, what a cute little boy." And then when we played Vegas together last year, I was like, wait, we're like practically the same age? Because he's turning 50 this year. I'm 52. At this point, it's all the same. But yeah, we always remembered that first meeting, and we met throughout the years, but we really became close in doing our duet of Lost in Your Eyes on the mixtape tour, which was his brilliant idea, then recording it, then playing Vegas together, and now we co-wrote Heartbreak Holiday for the Winterlicious album. He's quite a songwriter, and we just have this incredible friendship and professional chemistry and creativity that is such an amazing gift in this chapter of my life. Because I've always been a solo show. I've never had a partner. He's got the 4 guys, but as he likes to say, he's very in touch with his feminine side. So having a female creative counterpart is fun for him too, and we're like pop soulmates. That's what we have dubbed each other. So
Al likes to listen to Winterlicious and on vinyl in the morning.
I do. First, I was gonna say I am going to hit you up. I'd like a signed copy of the album. I'm just saying now.
What?
I would like. I'm gonna.
All right.
You're gonna ask her
right
for
now,
a signed
yes.
copy of the album.
Look.
Yes. See.
It's also got this like bonus 45
Oh,
because
that's
I couldn't
cute.
fit all the music.
Can you put
on
all
the record? And I'm missing what you guys are saying. What did I miss? That
all
sounded
of our
good.
names. Al was being very selfish and said, could you sign an album for him? And then I said, how about all of our names?
Yeah, we want it all. Debbie.
Haters.
I just happen to have a few extra. You will all get a copy.
And Debbie, we gotta run. We will reach out for that album.
Yes,
100%.
No, DBL Nation, make sure to put Debbie's new album, Winterlicious, on your holiday playlist and check out if Debbie's tour is coming to your city. Visit her website, DebbieGibsonOfficial.com. Debbie, thank you so much.
Amazing.
Let's take a listen to Jingle Those Bells while we go to break. Thanks, Debbie.
Baby comes with a steep learning curve, and nobody hands you a how-to manual. But there's a lot of advice being doled out on social media. Multiple posts on Twitter recently went viral, claiming that giving water to babies before they're 6 months old is potentially dangerous. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are the American Academy of Pediatrics, Children's Health of Orange County, and Dr. Jasmine Pendergrass, pediatric chief resident at Baylor College of Medicine, Texas Children's Hospital. Babies under 6 months old should only drink breast milk or formula, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics and Children's Health of Orange County. All of the hydration and nutrients babies under 6 months need are in those 2 liquids, according to pediatric chief resident Dr. Jasmine Pendergrass.
Breast milk is made of mostly water. We are talking upwards of 80 to 90%, which is why you don't need to add water when breastfeeding. As for formula, there are specific instructions for how much water to add so that your baby gets the correct amount of fluid that they need.
Dr. Pendergrass says too much water can lead to a condition called water intoxication.
Water intoxication is when you have too much water diluting out your sodium levels, which can actually cause an array of dangerous side effects, including seizures, comas, brain damage, and even death. So we encourage caregivers to read the instructions carefully and understand that they are there for a reason to keep babies safe.
So we can verify, yes, it's unsafe for babies to drink water before they're 6 months old. Babies between 6 months and 1 year can have at most 4 to 8 ounces of water per day. The rest of their liquid intake should still come from breast milk or formula. If you have any concerns about your baby's hydration or readiness for water, you should talk to your pediatrician or healthcare provider. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
You want some coffee? No, I'm leaving.
Oh, Dad, my tonsils hurt. Oh, mine too.
Judy, you had your tonsils taken out 4 years ago.
Oh, I mean my feet.
Who can forget the Winslows from Family Matters? Well, TV mom Marie Payton still thinks about how her youngest daughter Jodie was removed from the show. And she shares how that relationship is showing up in her work 30 years later. Take a look.
Hello, Jo Marie. Welcome to DBL. Now, some people, not me, but some people might have forgot that Family Matters is a spin-off from Perfect Strangers. So how did you find out you were going to get your own show?
Tom and Bob, Tom Miller, Bob Boyette, called me in and had a meeting with me, just the 3 of us, and told me they were going to spin the character off, and that was after the first season. And we got into the second season, And nothing happened, and when I got called in again, I thought I was getting a pink slip. But I know that I was guaranteed half of all the shows in the first season, and I did almost all of them. And back then, they were doing like 26 shows, 24 shows, or whatever.
This is Harriet Winslow.
Nice to meet you.
How do you do?
Harriet runs the elevator here.
Whoa. Well, your job must have its ups and downs.
And I did almost all of them the first season, second season. And then they told me they were bring in a husband. They brought in Reginald Bell Johnson to play Carl. He actually did 2 episodes of Perfect Strangers prior to Family Matters. He auditioned for the role of Carl, along with a lot of other wonderful guys.
Yeah.
And but he was the magic. He was the magic. The man, it was just wonderful.
Well, Family Matters was such a big part of our pop culture when it came to us growing up. And you reunited with the cast a few times. However, you've publicly said that you will not be a part of any official reboot unless the youngest Winslow, Jodie, is included. So what happened to Jamie Foxworth, and who played Jodie?
Well, you know what? I wasn't there at that meeting to find out what happened to her. All I know is that I needed her to come back. And if she wasn't coming back, then I needed something at that time to be given to me that was either creatively or politically correct in order to tell my viewing audience, because she was my youngest child, not my oldest. My oldest child could have been out somewhere with her friends and you could have made excuses for her. It wasn't a good decision. And I had to live with it now for over 30 years. So, yeah, in order for me to go back and do it, we have to correct it. I don't know how they're going to correct it. I have no idea how they're going to correct it. But for me, she needs to come back down the stairs.
Like Family Matters, the Proud Family was created to better represent Black families on TV. I love the original Proud Families. So your character, Sugar Mama, is helping make this possible. Tell me some ways that you guys are doing this.
Well, you know something? The love and relationship that Sugar Mama has with Penny, she loves all of her family.
Well, what was on your daddy's side, boy?
My good looks.
Yeah, it skipped you and went straight to my Bobby. Ain't that right, baby?
But the relationship she has with Penny is something special. I always tell people, you love your children, because I love my daughter. But I love my granddaughter, too. It's a different kind of love that goes to the stratosphere. That plays into who I am as a person. And I'm just going to jump back for 2 seconds, because I know you guys are limited on this. Some of what I give to Jodie and what I give to Penny may be residual of what I couldn't give to Jodie on Family Matters. And I just thought about it after you said that. I just thought about it. Maybe some of the love that I have for Penny, that I feed into this Penny character that makes our connection, Kyla Pratt and Marie Payton's connection, so great as Sugar Mama and Penny, might be some of that residual that I'm feeling with Jamie Foxworth, who is Jodie on Family Matters. Wow. It could possibly be that.
Catch new episodes of The Proud Family Louder and Prouder on Disney+. We'll be right back. Thank you, my love.
Please come back, okay?
The Mentos and Diet Coke experiment. Take 1 roll of Mentos, a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, and Mentos eruption videos have racked up millions of views and comments online. We recently got an email from James who asked us to verify if the Mentos trick works with sodas other than Diet Coke. So we decided to test this out for ourselves.
But before we get all messy, we also went to these sources to help us find our answer. 1 roll of Mentos for each one, and let them rip. Oh my God, am I getting a shower? Ah! Oh my God! Shower? Ah! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Clearly, I'm not a trained scientist, and we didn't have a perfect controlled experiment, but you get the picture. Put in Mentos, and the soda goes boom. Our sources confirmed that this reaction will happen with any carbonated drink. So we can verify, yes, the Mentos trick will work with other sodas, not just Diet Coke.
Let's really dig into the science to show you why. In order to make soda bubbly, carbon dioxide is added to a liquid under high pressure. When the bottle is sealed, the liquid inside of the bottle is at equilibrium, meaning the carbon dioxide molecules are evenly dissolved throughout the liquid. But once you open the top, the pressure changes, and the liquid inside can hold less CO2. That means the extra CO2 has to go somewhere. If you leave the cap off, the CO2 will continue to escape until the liquid reaches a new equilibrium. That is when soda is flat. To help the CO2 escape faster, you can add a nucleating agent, in this case, a mint Mentos.
What makes Mentos an effective nucleating agent is its chemical composition and its unique texture. The surface of the candy, which looks smooth, is actually really rough, and all of those nooks and crannies make it easier for CO2 to find a way out of the liquid. So why do diet sodas seem to have a bigger reaction? Oh my God! According to Reagent, a UK-based chemical manufacturing company, it comes down to the viscosity of the liquid and the presence of other chemicals in the mixture. Drop a marble into 2 types of soda at the same time, and it will take longer for the marble to hit the bottom in a drink that has a higher viscosity. So what does that mean for our experiment? Regular sodas contain sugar, while most diet sodas contain aspartame, a 0-calorie chemical that makes the drink less viscous. That means the Mentos move faster, interacting with more CO2, and that means more bubbles. It's not just viscosity, though. Other chemicals in soda or candy, like caffeine and gelatin, impact how fast CO2 can escape. You may be able to find other candies that can make soda explode, but for now, it seems like Mint Mentos make the biggest mess. With your Verify and a lot to clean up, I'm Ariane Till. If you want to see more footage from our experiment, including bloopers, head to Verify's YouTube channel. Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter helps you distinguish between true and false information by answering your questions. It provides fast facts on trending topics, spotlights major stories, and even includes a daily fun fact for all those trivia buffs out there. Get Verify's fast facts delivered every weekday to your email inbox. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Welcome back to DBL. Going back to the Debbie Gibson interview, she said that she would give us all a signed copy of her album. Well, take a look at this.
Yes.
She kept her word. How cool is
You're going to hold my album too?
Oh my gosh.
You took it right. And
pass them out. Pass them out.
And also, Sam, I think that you need to let the people know that I asked for.
You did.
And you made fun of me, mocked me, if you will.
I didn't mock you. I jumped on your train. I said, me too, me too.
No, you mocked me.
I did not mock you.
Now what do you have?
I have an album.
Okay.
Thank you, Al. Thank you. Before we go, we do want to get to some viewer questions. So, Jeff, this is for you, okay? In keeping with our Blast from the Past theme, David wants to know, Jeff, what's your favorite childhood memory of a family vacay?
This is going to seem weird, but I remember when I was like real young, like 5 years old, and we went on a houseboat for some vacation. My parents left the kerosene lights on like all night, and I got sick, and like my dad had to like helicopter me while I was throwing up and like run me to the bathroom. You weren't expecting that, were you?
No.
You were expecting that, were you, David? Yeah. I remember that, and I was like 5. Yeah.
You got sick from the kerosene?
I think so.
Like inhaling it?
Because now when I smell kerosene, I'm like, it brings me back to that moment. Like Aqua di Gio when I was rocking it in college.
Never stopped wearing.
Every day. We'll see you again, same time, same place.
Thanks, Debbie.
There are many social media posts that suggest different ways that stop thieves from stealing your catalytic converter. So we went to auto experts to see if these suggestions would really help. Our source is David Undercuffler, editor-in-chief at Autolist.com and the United States Justice Department. First, what is a catalytic converter and why are thieves targeting them? Catalytic converters are a component of a vehicle that reduces the toxic gas and pollutants from the engine. They are targeted because of their metals in the center of the device and can be taken off a car pretty quickly. According to the Justice Department, thieves are making buku bucks by selling them, about $1,000 each at black market price. So many on social media are throwing around ideas to help stop thieves. One theory, paint the catalytic converter a different color.
Painting it a different color, I don't think is going to deter thieves. Thieves don't really care what color it is.
Undercuffler says even if you do paint it, thieves will probably know what it is anyways, and they'll still take it.
The reason thieves are stealing these is for the metals inside they're very valuable. So they don't care what color it is, they're still going to take it for what's inside.
The next suggestion, put another device around the part like a gate.
You can rig up sort of a shield. You would have to take your car into a shop and they would weld on sort of a thing that goes over this piece.
Undercuffler says some shops do this, and yes, it's a deterrent since maybe the thief will decide it's just too much trouble. And finally, engrave the car's VIN number on the part. Probably won't stop the theft.
The person they're selling it to is also, breaking the law because they don't care where the part is coming from. So if there's a VIN on there or not they don't care.
But the Justice Department says a VIN on the catalytic converter may help catch the thieves if the part is ever found. Underkoffler says the best way to deter thieves, park your car in well-lit areas and in places where cameras are around.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. Today we are looking back at our conversations with the people who grew up with, who we grew up with on TV and in the movies, including stars from the hit show Full House, so we all remember him as Uncle Jesse. Now, John Stamos was here to talk about how his show, Big Shots, paid tribute to his friend Bob Saget and what he loves most about being a dad. Take a look.
The heartbreak for me was that he didn't know it. He didn't know how loved he was. And I wanted to kind of examine that with our show. We do the last episode where a friend of Marvin's passes away. He's a coach, and he gets all this love and attention. And Marvin goes, what's my legacy? What am I leaving? Am I living my best life right now? And the girls get a chance to tell him while he's alive. Bob obviously wasn't. So the girls say that you have changed my life, our lives, and you've made us better, and we're better because of you. So there's Bob in the show. Now, if we're real quiet, we can hear him complaining that I don't talk about him enough.
We heard that you came up with the show name, so we've got to know what has been your big shot in life.
Ooh.
My big shot is being a dad. You know, it's something that I've always wanted to be. I love family, and I've been around kids my whole life, and it's a lot. To be a good parent takes so much, and I'm up for the challenge, and I'm grateful that it happened to me. But I think that's probably my big shot in life.
Yeah, it's everything, and I think for a lot of guys, you know, you have all these things, all these goals that you want, and sometimes you reach them, sometimes you don't. But at the end of the day, when you have kids, you're like, oh, this is what this is all about. Everything else is kind of just stuff on the table. It's not really a thing.
Exactly. And it's the moments, the little micro transactions during the day, especially with him, that mean the most. It's not about I accomplished this, I got this show, I did this. It's about those little important exchanges. Last night, he came home from Disneyland. I wasn't there. And I was carrying, he was asleep. I carried him to the thing. And I had so much to do today. I had to get ready for this, and I had to finish some other work. And I put him in his bed, and he was quiet. And then I'm creeping out. I said, Dad, yes, son, will you read me a bedtime story? Yes. Yeah. I put everything else aside, of course, and I sat there, and it's just beautiful. Those moments are what it's about, I think.
Amen.
Yeah. I was strangely thinking about John Stamos the other day, as I often do. But I was wondering, I wasn't there for that interview, but I'd want to ask him if he believes in reincarnation. Because if he does, if you're John Stamos here on Earth, what do you come back as?
That's a tough one.
Oh.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the top of the tops.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if it's the top of the tops, but
it's pretty good.
He's had a good run.
Yeah,
I'll take some.
You have very deep thoughts about John Stamos.
Yeah, and I don't even do drugs.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
Just thinking about John Stamos, skipping along. All right. Speaking of Full House, Candace Cameron Bure, who played DJ Tanner on Full House, is no stranger to controversy. She's even gotten flack from her own kids for showing PDA with her husband of more than 25 years. Here's what she said.
Married 25 years. If it grosses the kids out, I don't care. I'm happy that my husband and I are in love, and it's okay. We're going to keep kissing till the end and showing affection till the end. And when she's married one day, she'll understand that it's not as disgusting as it seems.
Do you guys hold hands when you walk down the street?
Yes. We hold hands in the car, like everything.
Do you guys hold hands while sleeping, like Erica Cobb, our co-host, and her husband do?
That's too much.
Do you
really do? That's too much.
While sleeping.
You know, first of all, don't act like you outed me, okay?
I didn't know
I am
that,
very
Erica.
proud to hold hands with my husband.
That's a bit much.
Okay,
You should be.
Okay, first of all, I'm in a marriage that's working, so I'm very happy.
I'm not the cuddler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
See, it's less hot that way.
All right. You guys hold okay, I'm sorry. And Candace, you don't have to act like that's normal. Erica, I love you, but that's weird. Okay. That's super weird.
Nobody asked you, Al.
Okay.
Nobody asked you.
That's very true.
every time we have Candace on, we all get in an argument, and she just like sits there.
She
She's
really
like,
did. She almost put her hand on her
yeah,
chin. Like,
yeah.
I think I called her Cameron. Too. Remember, I was trying to be cool.
Yeah. Called her
I was trying to be
Cam.
cool, and she's like, "Did you just call me Cam?"
Yeah. She didn't like it. She didn't like
Well,
it.
would you like if I called you Pete?
I think you were going for Can. You were going for Can.
No, we had Cameron Matheson on, and then I was trying to be cool and like.
I was just trying to help.
Thank you. I know. I
was.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
But holding hands in the car is a little weird.
It's a little.
It's not the car. It's in bed.
In
yeah,
bed,
that's
they hold
even
hands.
weirder. And finally, Jodie Sweetin played their sister Stephanie in Full House. Watch as she and Sam bonded over
my
their
gosh.
super creepy American Girl dolls. Watch this.
Oh man, I loved American Girl dolls, but before they were American Girl dolls, they were called Pleasant Company, and it was like this whole thing. That was when I got into them, and then it became American Girl, the whole thing. So I will say my dolls. I was very into it.
You're channeling me.
Did we have the same childhood? Did we have the same moment?
Have my Samantha doll.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jodie, why did you do this?
Okay, wait,
Sam
Jodie.
has terrifying dolls.
I
Go
brought
ahead.
her in before because she's the original 1984 version.
Yep.
And Al thinks she's terrifying.
Jodie, I'll DM you a picture. The doll talks when Sam leaves the house. It's really.
Look, I get it. I'm actually weirdly afraid of dolls. My mom collected them. I don't know, like I kind of, but those ones would be
It's 'cause
okay.
you're
But I
normal.
have to put them in a closet at night. No joke. I would put them in a closet.
That's hilarious.
Did Al just subliminally sneak into Jodie's DMs? Is that what just happened?
No, I mean, if I send you a picture of this doll, it'll get my account suspended. That's how scary.
Jodie
Way to
fit right
clock
in.
that. Al's and Jodie's DM.
But it's like it's not obviously a romantic thing, because when you see that, you're just like, oh, Al was right. Sam's dolls are terrifying. And Sam, this is more of an intervention than a TV show. You need to get rid of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the original 1984 version, that's not a thing.
Oh, okay, would you tell someone to throw away $2,000 in cash? Because that's how much she's worth.
If they were stuffed inside that doll, yes.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with Barry Bostwick from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, how he's celebrating the 47th anniversary of the cult classic. Plus, we talk with singer and actress Lisa Hartman Black about what it's like to tour with her husband, Clint Black. So we're going to bring back up the American Girl doll. I was shocked that Jodie Sweetin knew that the original was called Pleasant Company. It was never called American Girl doll. That happened 15 years ago.
Doesn't that sound like the title of a horror movie, though?
Pleasant Company.
Yeah. Doesn't it?
It came in a catalog. So this was before the internet. I remember the catalog would show up to my house, and I would look through it, and I'd get so excited because you could pick out like a picnic basket for her. You could pick out, which I have. You could pick out her bed, which I have. And so when Sophie, which my daughter, she's 5.5 now, I just discovered that she is ready, stop it Al, to play with Samantha doll. So I brought her out of her case. Sophie was so excited.
She was not.
Yes, she was. Mark, my husband, went to check in on her in the room, and she said, Daddy, you can't come in here.
She was fighting for her life against the doll?
She said, Daddy, you can't come in here. This is a very special doll, and no one's allowed to play with her but me.
Yeah, I used to say that, too.
What? Oh my God, just go. I can't. I don't even know what to say.
Seriously?
I'm embarrassed.
So very weird.
Did you really take it there?
No, it's a weird doll.
I was talking about something super innocent, and you took it there.
How do you know where I took it? I just said maybe I had a doll too. Why can't I have dolls?
Okay.
Man, boys had what was
Boys
the one?
should be able to play with
Boys
dolls.
had well, this is in the 80s. They had My Buddy, which is
Remember
My
Buddy and me.
Yes, and then they made
My
Kid
Buddy.
Sister to go with My Buddy. I remember.
My buddy.
No, wait. Was
My
Chucky
buddy.
My Buddy?
My buddy and me.
I mean, not the same.
Wherever
place.
I go. Kid sister, kid sister. Everywhere something goes, kid sister goes, kid sister. That's not how it goes.
Ann and Andy, wasn't it the Andy
It's like
doll
if
that
she
went on
wasn't
through?
here, I'd still miss her. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Welcome back to DBL. The Rocky Horror Picture Show put actor Barry Bostwick on the map. He played Brad Major, who had the strangest night of his life at Dr. Frankfurter's castle. But like a time warp, the movie has this devoted audience, and they're still here today. Dang it. Take a look at our chat with Barry. I had it.
So let's plan it, Janet. So please, don't tell me to can it, Janet. I've one thing to say, and that's damn it, Janet. I love you.
Hello, hello, hello. I want you all to stand up and do the time warp again, right now.
Tori was already on.
Tori was doing it before you asked.
Literally stretched out.
Oh, really?
So, Barry, how
it's funny that damn it Janet thing. I mean, that has become like, everybody says that now. I mean, I get more people who come up to me and say, my wife's name is Janet. Would you please sign a picture for her or something and just put, damn it, Janet?
Well, at least you don't have to come up with something clever. That's perfect. That's perfect. But how does it feel seeing crazy fans coming up to you still over the Rocky Horror Picture Show 47 years later?
Well, you know what's interesting is that we have all different kinds of fans, but right now we're on our third generation. And so I get fans who are 10 years old, and they say, well, this is the best movie I've ever seen. And I say to them, how many movies have you seen? You're 10 years old. and then now I'll sign things. They'll bring me a picture or something, and they'll say, would you sign it to my grandmother?
Oh, that's harsh.
And then other ones will say, will you sign it to my mother? And I say, yeah, of course I will. Of course I will. It's such a sweet thing. Such a sweet thing. But I've never had a bad experience with a fan in 47 years.
Wow.
I have to tell you that.
Wow, just look at you just bringing generations together. I love it. But what the younger generations may not know is that this movie was initially a box office flop. So did you ever expect the cult following after the midnight showing started?
No. You know, one of the reviews said it was the worst movie ever made. And I always recall a line that Tim Curry has in it, and he says, we didn't make it for you.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's sort of been the whole thing. I mean, we made it for an audience which would get it, which would get the fact that it's basically about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and it's about the loss of innocence. Every character in it loses his innocence. So it has been the coming of age thing that every 12, 13-year-old hopefully will go see and maybe explore in their lives how they could do their life a little different. Or, hey, there's other things out in this world that maybe I should look into.
It's like their bar and bat mitzvah seeing this, the 12 and 13-year-olds. The live immersive shows seem like such a party. I was in Munich for Oktoberfest, and I took a train just so I could go to a midnight showing, a Rocky Horror Picture Show in German.
Did you want to pass out in that theater instead of an American one?
Okay, what's the best part about being in the audience of that when you see it all that?
I think the best part is you just leave everything outside the door and you come in and you become part of this happening, this party. It's just a big party. Brad says, it's just a party, Janet. And that's what we're trying to do, is just throw a big party at all these theaters. I mean, if you're worried about recession, don't. Come in, get a prop bag, and throw crap at me.
I like that answer. That's going on the reel. Is the line you get the most, damn it, Janet? I have to imagine, right?
Yeah, that damn it, Janet, and don't dream it, be it. I think it's something that people have carried away, which was actually, don't dream it, be it, was actually part of the advertisement for a underwear line in Hollywood way back when, and see, he stole it, and now it means totally something else.
Don't dream it, be it.
Do you think there's a place that sells Franken fritters over 47 years?
Maybe.
That sells fritters? There's got to be, right? Over 47 years, somebody came up with that concept.
That's good.
Everything. I see all kinds of advertising where they've used a line from this movie, and they've never had to pay for it because we made this movie so long ago. that nobody gets anything. VHS tapes didn't even exist when we made the movie, and so the shadow cast. One of the reasons we're doing this tour is because we're getting a shadow cast from all these different cities, 17 different cities, and they will do the show in front of the screen, and then Larry Wiesel, who's the head of the fan club all over the world, travels with me, and we do a whole opening party and costume contest and this and that.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's so cool. You embrace all that.
When they're in Denver, we're going to go.
Yeah, we are going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Barry, thank you so much.
Oh,
We really can't thank you enough.
Tori promises to never do the time warp again on the show. We'll be right back.
Bringing home a baby comes with a steep learning curve, and nobody hands you a how-to manual. But there's a lot of advice being doled out on social media. Multiple posts on Twitter recently went viral, claiming that giving water to babies before they're 6 months old is potentially dangerous. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are the American Academy of Pediatrics, Children's Health of Orange County, and Dr. Jasmine Pendergrass, pediatric chief resident at Baylor College of Medicine, Texas Children's Hospital. Babies under 6 months old should only drink breast milk or formula, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics and Children's Health of Orange County. All of the hydration and nutrients babies under 6 months need are in those two liquids, according to pediatric chief resident Dr. Jasmine Pendergrass.
Breast milk is made of mostly water. We are talking upwards of 80 to 90%, which is why you don't need to add water when breastfeeding. As for formula, there are specific instructions for how much water to add so that your baby gets the correct amount of fluid that they need.
Dr. Pendergrass says too much water can lead to a condition called water intoxication.
Water intoxication is when you have too much water diluting out your sodium levels, which can actually cause an array of dangerous side effects, including seizures, comas, brain damage, and even death. So we encourage caregivers to read the instructions carefully and understand that they are there for a reason to keep babies safe.
So we can verify, yes, it's unsafe for babies to drink water before they're 6 months old. Babies between 6 months and 1 year can have at most 4 to 8 ounces of water per day. The rest of their liquid intake should still come from breast milk or formula. If you have any concerns about your baby's hydration or readiness for water, you should talk to your pediatrician or healthcare provider. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back. Playing CG and Kathy in Knots Landing launched her career, but now she's taking her singing talents on the road with her husband Clint Black and their daughter. Earlier we talked to actress and singer Lisa Hartman Black to hear all about the Mostly Hits and the Misses tour. Check it out.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. So I want to ask you, the Mostly Hits and the Misses tour, it includes a little nod to your time on Knots Landing. You said you had an amazing time there, but you also had amazing hair and outfits on the show. So we were wondering, Sam and I mostly, did you get to keep anything you wore for the show?
You know, I just happen to have something right here. Funny you should mention.
Oh my word. How cool would
this? Oh my gosh, I love this.
Oh, that's
amazing. This is the donut dress, yeah.
Do you ever put it on? Yeah, just by yourself?
That would be kind of creepy, don't you think? But yes.
I think you're right.
Yes, you're great.
I think you're right. Just in the mirror, just dressing yourself.
With that outfit, that's insane.
I know it is. I had actually Lily put it on the other night, and oh my gosh, it was an emotional moment. It's great that I still have it and that it's still intact and that the sequins are still on it and everything. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Oh, you guys have? Oh, you're so sweet.
What a rock star!
I looked for. I know, right? Yeah, it was like a little space dress.
That's fabulous.
I dig it. I dig it. Now, you know, you guys are on tour, but everybody knows being on tour, the show's just a little bit. A lot of it is having fun off stage. Yes. So we know your husband Clint is hilarious. So there's got to be some goofing around while you guys are on tour. So I have to know, what's the best prank that's happened so far?
Well, there are many, and we prank at home and on the tour, on the buses. He's constantly in it. He never lets up. but I brought a rubber rat out on the tour.
Yes.
And it moved around basically, and it started at the foot pedal of one of the musicians, and he found it during the show. And then they come and go from the stage a couple of times, and so then it ended up backstage, and then it ended up back on the stage. It ended up in a shower. And, Clint found it in the shower and just walked out and went, really? So it's hard to get him. It's really, really hard to get him. But we got everybody else, and they got me back, so it's going back out this time.
Let's go. I love it.
I'm a big prank guy. I love pranks. I also have like a lot of weird rituals that I do just in my daily life. Do you have any weird family rituals you do before going on stage?
Well, the ritual, we do, the normal work and the warm up and all that, but something that Clint started, actually, he's in a different location from us because he opens the show, and he texts both of us, Lily and myself, and then, just be out there, something sweet, and then Lily will go backstage to always watch her dad make the entrance, and it's just every night, it's that moment. It's those little jitters and the excitement of going out and being together as a family and being able to share this. It's wonderful.
See, that seems like a dream to me.
That
My daughter's 5, and I already think about I don't ever want her to leave the nest. So I have to ask you, your daughter's 21. Did it take any convincing for Lily to join you and Clint on tour, or was she just excited to be with you both as well?
No, she's been a little entertainer since she was a little bitty. She used to run around the house and become Lily the vet or Lily the concierge, and she'd go into all these accents, and little Clint and I would look at each other like, oh my God, we're in trouble. And I would love for her to be a veterinarian. Can't you just do that? But she's hell-bent on it. She loves tour. She sings, and she plays trumpet. She plays drums. She's playing guitar now, and she's working on her writing skills, and she's got an EP coming out actually tonight at midnight.
Wow.
Whoa.
Go, Lily.
I know.
Yes, where can we find it?
Wait, let me tell you, because I have more about that. It was just announced Lily is releasing a 3-song EP that includes her first studio recording, and is written by Clint and David Foster, who is an icon. So what a special moment for Lily. I wanted to ask you, were you in the studio while she sang, or does she need everybody get out?
No, she's a social butterfly, and that's going to serve her well, in this business. But we were all in there, and it was just great. She's doing songs from the tour, and then, as you said, this other song, "Never Knew Love," and we, we had a moment, a big hug in the beginning. Here we go. Let's pull the trigger. Let's do this, and then it came time for overdubs, and Brent Mason was in there, and he was doing these guitar licks that were so fast that we were just like our heads were spinning. So there's so many great musical moments that for her especially to experience for the first time, and to be out with Clint's band is amazing.
That's amazing.
Okay, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Because I need to know this now. Lily's dropping her LP, EP, and she's going to be on tour. Are you guys going to be on tour with her?
Ooh, she's the headliner.
So Clint comes out and does this amazing opening, right? And then she and I come and go from the tour. And that's the plan now. So you're a troublemaker. And
That's true. Yeah.
But I have to say something. I love the way you said Shager. I heard that.
Yeah,
Shager.
hey, that's that Ohio Midwest in me.
And where'd you go to college in?
Man, I went to school in Mississippi. I went and it was New England. It's all over. My accent's all over.
You were afraid to say Brown for some reason.
I was going to say New England, trying to get the region.
He doesn't like to be you don't like the whole Ivy League thing. You should. Something to be proud of.
Yeah, you should.
Is this, what's happening here? Is this an intervention for my self-esteem?
I know, where did we go?
Joe is so sweet.
Lisa, it was so great talking to you today. You look fantastic, by the way. To our viewers, you can visit clintblack.com/tour to find a Mostly Hits and the Mrs. Tour stop near you. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
The Mentos and Diet Coke experiment. Take 1 roll of Mentos, a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, and Mentos eruption videos have racked up millions of views and comments online. We recently got an email from James who asked us to verify if the Mentos trick works with sodas other than Diet Coke. So we decided to test this out for ourselves.
But before we get all messy, we also went to these sources to help us find our answer. 1 roll of Mentos for each one, and let them rip. Oh my God, I'm like getting a shower. Ah! Oh my God!
shower. Ah! Oh my God! Oh my God! Clearly, I'm not a trained scientist, and we didn't have a perfect controlled experiment, but you get the picture. Put in Mentos, and the soda goes boom. Our sources confirmed that this reaction will happen with any carbonated drink. So we can verify, yes, the Mentos trick will work with other sodas, not just Diet Coke. Let's really dig into the science to show you why. In order to make soda bubbly, carbon dioxide is added to a liquid under high pressure. When the bottle is sealed, the liquid inside of the bottle is at equilibrium, meaning the carbon dioxide molecules are evenly dissolved throughout the liquid. But once you open the top, the pressure changes, and the liquid inside can hold less CO2. That means the extra CO2 has to go somewhere. If you leave the cap off, the CO2 will continue to escape until the liquid reaches a new equilibrium. That is when soda is flat. To help the CO2 escape faster, you can add a nucleating agent, in this case, a mint Mentos. What makes Mentos an effective nucleating agent is its chemical composition and its unique texture. The surface of the candy, which looks smooth, is actually really rough, and all of those nooks and crannies make it easier for CO2 to find a way out of the liquid. So why do diet sodas seem to have a bigger reaction? Oh my God! According to Reagent, a UK-based chemical manufacturing company, it comes down to the viscosity of the liquid and the presence of other chemicals in the mixture. Drop a marble into 2 types of soda at the same time, and it will take longer for the marble to hit the bottom in a drink that has a higher viscosity. So what does that mean for our experiment? Regular sodas contain sugar, while most diet sodas contain aspartame, a 0-calorie chemical that makes the drink less viscous. That means the Mentos move faster, interacting with more CO2, and that means more bubbles. It's not just viscosity, though. Other chemicals in soda or candy, like caffeine and gelatin, impact how fast CO2 can escape. You may be able to find other candies that can make soda explode, but for now, it seems like Mint Mentos make the biggest mess. With your Verify and a lot to clean up, I'm Ariane Till. If you want to see more footage from our experiment, including bloopers, head to Verify's YouTube channel. Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter helps you distinguish between true and false information by answering your questions. It provides fast facts on trending topics, spotlights major stories, and even includes a daily fun fact for all those trivia buffs out there. Get Verify's fast facts delivered every weekday to your email inbox. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. And we got a question for me. It says, Jen says, Sam, what would it take for you to sell your American Girl doll today? Well, mine's a Pleasant Company doll.
Somebody's
That's the
Venmo
original.
address.
No, actually, we just looked it up. She goes for around $12K.
Yeah, in perfect condition.
I thought it was $2K.
We looked it up. Her value's appreciated.
What about when somebody's daughter's been
Sam, do you have any more questions for yourself?